It's HerSoul, and I'm coming to you guys today with a live interview between myself and Roundtable Radio.
Let's go.
Roundtable Radio.
Roundtable.
You are now tuned into the Roundtable Radio.
Roundtable.
You're now tuned into the Roundtable Radio.
Roundtable.
Let's go.
Roundtable Radio.
What's up?
What's going on?
I heard you was speaking on me.
Oh yeah, I was. I ain't gonna lie. I was talking about you. What? You know
He
what I'm
said
saying?
I was on rapper time. Hold on.
It's all good, man. That rapper time, man. Rapper time, man. I'm saying it's an honor to be able to sit down with you, talk about these singles that you got hot. You know what I'm saying? Talk about some other things that you know what I'm saying, have views on. So I really do appreciate you. On top of that, it's New Year's Eve. So, you know,
Definitely.
This is a big thing right now. You know, I'm not sure on how your views are about, you know what I'm saying, New Year's and holidays and things like that. But for most, this is a time right now.
Right, I'm with the shits. We'll get into New Year's Eve, the shenanigans a little later, but, you know.
Yeah, man, we here chilling, man. We got snacks, cookies, cakes, pies, wings.
Alcohol.
You know what I'm saying? Alcohol. Kinky, that's for bitches.
I know COVID got a lot of folks in the house and just, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, man, it's still crazy out there, man. It's still crazy. Now, I like to start my interviews off with like getting to know the artist one-on-one, getting to know where their head is at when they step in the booth, working on the next project, next single. So I'm gonna start off with this question: When it comes to you as an artist, as a producer, as a songwriter, what would you say motivates you or influences you the most for you to be at your 100% best when it comes to this music game?
Look, you know, I feel like for my music, I've been doing this since about 2013, and what drives me is it's changed over the years, to be honest. You know, I think vulnerability, being able to express my feelings, my truth, is a big component to how I like address my writing style. A lot of the times, to be honest, sometimes these songs will just pop up on me, like I won't know what I'm about to write, and the song will bring truth into my own situations. It'll actually shed more light on some of the situations that I'm going through, more so than my conscience being would allow me to. So, you know, love, hurt, hardships, those have been some of the themes. You know, recognizing myself, you know, some of my songs people really love and they bop to, and I have to look back and be like, damn, this shit was a little toxic. You know, but right now I think what puts me in a great space to write music is just staying mentally and physically fit, spiritually fit, and I know for a fact that helps me a lot with just, like I said, addressing my writing and being able to write comfortably and not writing from a space where like, oh, I need to write, I need to put something out, you know, because at one point in time when I was so blocked and when I wasn't in the right spaces, it was hard to feel confident about my writing. And, you know, although people love my shit, people love my writing and they love, you know, my songs and they feel like I'm coming with hit after hit, I feel like, you know, I needed to take a step back because I just needed to get right with self. So writing is coming a whole lot more easier, to be honest.
Okay. So I gotta ask you, what do you think? Well, not what you think. What type of progress have you seen from the first time you started doing music up until now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to give some pointers out to those people who are still trying to, you know what I'm saying, get back on that track. You know what I'm saying? Because we have artists out here who just start out, but then you have a lot of artists like yourself who has to take that break, you know what I'm saying, to really find out who you are, you know what I'm saying, and have that knowledge of self before you jump back in the game. You know. So what type of change have you seen from then up until now?
I mean, honestly, I think first and foremost, right now, I'm at a place of complete confidence and it's only growing. So talking my shit, and being comfortable with talking my shit. I can say that when I first started off, I definitely was you know, coming from a place of hurt, and it felt like I was confident, but now, you know, the confidence is there. You'll hear that in Dice Roll. Whether you rolling with me or not, I'm gonna go. You can be that nigga. I'm gonna roll. You feel me? Other than that, my writing has just gotten way better. I feel like I have more of. I can say that I'm a writer. I've always been a writer. Now, like, there's no second guess about it. There's no second thought about it. Shout out to everybody who's coming in. Shout out to the round table for having me. My name is HerSoul.
Showing love. But I gotta, so like, what makes a writer a writer? You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can write lyrics. You know what I'm saying? That don't necessarily mean that you're a writer. You know what I'm saying? What in your point of view, from your point of view, would you say makes an artist or somebody a writer? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to have that type of label?
I feel you. I mean, a couple people, you know, people come at writing from different perspectives. For me, I can freestyle, I can write, I like to edit, I like to do all three of those things. I think when you have intention behind your writing, behind knowing, you know, not even necessarily coming in knowing like what you want to talk about, but perfecting it when you do have an idea of what you want to talk about, and making sure that your points are executing, your hooks are executing, your, you know, your lyrics in both of your verses are actually telling a story and a concise story. So for me, you know, I know that there are a lot of people who like to say, oh, I just freestyle and shit. I just freestyle, right? And honestly, I'm like, good for you, because over time you build up that actually does work. And I'm a testament to that. But I think that, you know, sometimes, like, if you don't like a certain part of your verse, some people seem comfortable with allowing that shit to fly. And for me, nah.
I feel like that don't make you no full artist, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, an artist, see, I put when I do these flyers, you know what I'm saying? You notice how I put artist, producer, songwriter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did.
And it may change for the ones I feel like needed to be changed. You know what I'm saying? The reason I do that is because I feel like when you come into the game, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be looked at as just no rapper. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be looked at as, oh, he the one that just make the beats on Fruity Loops and or whatever, and you think that that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Like, there's more that goes into it, to this music thing, than just plug the microphone up and saying a couple words. You know what I'm saying? You want to have that type of label behind you, and when you have that type of label behind you, it should make you want to be up here instead of down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
I think.
You know, I think it was a movie. It was a scary movie. He said it, but he said, you know, when it's time. No, it was on 8 Mile. It was on 8 Mile. He said, you know, when it's time to stop living down here and start moving up here. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta. You gotta be up here when you come to this game, man, because it's a serious thing, yo. What up?
Yes. You know what? I feel like for those artists, especially for those like young folks who are just getting in, and they got somebody to, you know, produce or engineer with them real quick, somebody to just hop in the studio with them. I think over time, like, they can become more of an artist because they have assistants and they have help, somebody that can kind of mold their freestyles into actual songs and things like that. But like I said, that comes with having like a team, you know. But a lot of folks are just kind of rushing out the gate, and they're wanting their fans, and they look at rap and music as a hustle, and I think on both ends is like, I'm passionate about writing music and expressing myself. So I can see, like, on the other end of that, like, I need to be about the business side of it. Where so they may not have that much passion for it, but they have a fire for getting seen. They're on fire for being seen and on fire for getting that money. And you know, when it comes to your artistry, you know, I think that protecting your artistry and just spending time developing your shit is so important.
Exactly.
and having the right people around, for real.
Exactly. I've covered that in my other interviews, man, and it is funny because that's one of the topics that seem to circle back around. You know what I'm saying? Throughout all the interviews that I do, that right there, what you said, seems like to be the main thing that it's what everybody seems like needs to be that foundation or one of the things that holds, you know what I'm saying, the game up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I agree 100% with you. I agree 100%. Yeah. Now, I got to ask, when was it that time for you when you knew that this music thing was going to be something that you were going to put your 100% all into?
Gosh, let me tell you. I feel like, music for me it's always been a part of my life, just with listening to music and my dad singing to me and things like that. My grandma hummed a lot of the time. My dad was singing to me all these oldies and things like that. My brother, DeAndre, he's an artist himself. He's a beat maker. He likes to rap and freestyle too. But I think for me, I saw these people. I saw these things, but I never understood that you can make art a lane for yourself. You can make profit from it. You can actually dive into it, and it's not just what some people say, you just selling your art on Venice Beach and shit, or things like that. I just remember when I got into high school or middle school, McClymonds High School in Oakland, California, and they just had all of these like after school programs just centered on creativity, sometimes even spiritual life. And they had a studio called Mac Bump, and my brother DeAndre, this nigga was one of the main producers. People loved his shit. I think he had a couple production credits on the Mac Bump album and things like that. But for whatever reason, he kind of veered off. And so I was in there trying to make beats and things like that, but I didn't have people in there trying to support me, because I was sixth grade and I'm a girl. And I think when I got into like 7th, 8th grade, they started to have these other like programs called like art video production. And from there, I was like one of the children in there trying to like produce films and things like that. But again, I was kind of like oblivious to the fact that this is something that you're actually really, really interested in. And if you can see that, there is a lane for you. So exactly. By that time, I was already playing sports and whatnot, and I had went off to college, and I met this, this guy, and at first it was just kind of like we're friends, or there was some type of like, love interest, and I kind of got tired of being played around and shit, so. We kind of dipped off.
I was just gonna ask, was it like on some brown sugar? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
I don't like this nigga now. I don't like him now. This was my good friend for about 9.5 years since I've been out here, and the shit just ended bad.
From Cali.
I'm from Cali, but I'm from Northern California. I'm from the Bay Area.
Okay.
I'm from Richmond, California, Oakland, Vallejo. All three of those places I spent a, good amount of time in. But when I came out here, we linked up, and I think about 1.5 years later, we kind of split, came back together, and we were just like, we were at a like similar point. I was inspired by like spoken word poetry. I had already been, at CSUN for 1 year, and I can see that there was this boiling pot of like dope ass artists who used to go to this thing called Expressions. It was like this underground spot at the school. So I was like super inspired by like all the poets and whatnot. And when I linked back up with a boy, he let me know that he does poetry and he writes music and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I do too, And by that time I was already inspired by like some of my other homies in Oakland who had, taken a grassroots approach to their own music. And so I felt confident at that time, like, these niggas doing it, why can't I? This is something that I love.
Right.
Because rappers, for me, they are my teachers and things like that. And at that point, I was like, I'm so disappointed in you niggas. I got something to say. So one of the first raps that I wrote, or that I was, introduced to writing was through him. Pretty much, he had written the song by, or he did a cover from Rihanna's and Drake's song "Take Care." I'll take care of you. Pretty much, he wrote a boy part, a male's part, and he wrote a female's part. Pretty much entered in talent show from there, you know, in 2012, 2013, getting up on stage, you know, those few times and feeling like I needed to be heard. That really inspired me to continue on. You know, we didn't win a talent show. They said, Miriam, you were way too loud in the microphone. Or when niggas was not bobbing with me on stage at the poetry lounge, I was like, y'all gotta hear me. I got something to say.
Hey, yo, exactly. So that brings me to my next question, because after this question, I'm gonna ask you one of the infamous question that I ask everybody every time they do an interview, but I'm gonna wait for that. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you this question. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think females are overlooked when they come into the music game and want to get in tune into the music game? Why is it that females are overlooked? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, some of y'all females are killing some of these niggas. And some of these guys in this music game, you know what I'm saying? Rap, country, you know what I'm saying? Rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all doing a damn thing, yo. First of all, let me give credit. All right?
We are. We are.
So I want to know, why do you think y'all are overlooked?
Just from my experience in it, like, you'll have people who embrace you. I've had men embrace me in music. But once they see, like, some of them, like, and maybe for the bigger artists or for like the larger conversation of why women are kept out of music, niggas are scared that we're gonna take the spotlight and do it better. And I think that from I don't know when, but from just this huge surge of women being in music these last few years, you can tell and you see, you know, women are versatile as fuck. They are, you know, you got the thug ass girls, you got some of the gay girls who are doing it. You got the girls.
You know what I'm saying?
You got
even the thotties are making a way. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
The thotties are coming in and making a way. Ain't
Yep.
that about them? You know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't blame them. That ain't my lane too much.
But you gotta get yours though, man. You gotta get yours, man. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that also, like, you know, unfortunately the men have wanted to keep the girls a secret. They want them they want to fuck on you. Rather than embrace you fully. Unfortunately. You know, so it's the talent, it's the versatility, and the fact, like I said, they want to have sex with you. So you get into those situations and, you know, it kind of seems like they're going to big bro you or help you out and things like that. But it sometimes it comes with the stipulation. And so I feel like even for some of the names that bro just mentioned, Rhapsody and No Name, like, you can tell when you get around a group of guys who protect you, these women flourish, or, you know, you kind of end up having to do it by yourself, low key.
Is he speaking on No Name Gypsy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No Name isn't, you know, she rocks with Saba Pivot in them. Rhapsody rocks with, you know, one of the most prolific producers in the game. Mm-hmm. You know, men who protect you. So I think the men gotta protect more, and, you know.
So have you came in these type of encounters with people that claim that they want to work with females? You know what I'm saying? And if you have, how have you been able to dodge those type of situations?
You gotta look at me.
Strong.
I'm not the type of girl or woman. I've never been the type of girl or woman to, you know, exude that I'm to be taken lightly. Never have I ever, to be honest. And so for me, that presence that I give off, like, I tend to dodge a lot of the bullshit. literally, and that's God's presence, and that's just the presence that I was given. My dad used to say, keep your dick beaters off my daughter. So for me, I feel like maybe I've come across dudes who want to like skim and scam me, like, oh, you know, bring this amount of people to your show and then you get this amount of money. I've had like only one dude try to skim and scam me on that, or, you know, people see the talent, and they see all that I can be, but they're not necessarily embracing it fully. But also, like, I don't want to even put the blame on them, because at this point, like, I've had a lot of great interactions, and I've had some not so great interactions, and I think part of that is because I wasn't fully ready to embrace music or embrace myself. So, you know, again, with me not taking bullshit, me not fully embracing, you know, the talent and everything that I am, like, it's kind of led me here. And the people who do fuck with me, they fuck with me. I have a lot of rap guys who fuck with me. Grooves Camacho, Matthew Leary, Chris Judd, Eli Davison. The homeboy John was fucking with me at one time, but there was some jealousy. Niggas got jealousy. And I'm gonna keep it real.
You want to speak on that a little bit, or you want to keep that on the raps?
I feel like we probably gonna get into it later. I feel like, you know, I write songs, baby. I write songs about these situations, but, you know, people will literally, after some years, you know, and you have to be careful. You have to really see the undertones of how they deal with you. They be hating on you.
How can one detect when somebody is being a snake? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my verse is better than yours. Or, you know, trying to get other people to decipher whose verse is better. So that type of shit was happening low-key in the beginning, or hiding the verse from you. I want to hear your verse, bro. Like, we homies, we bro. You my bro, I'm your sis. Why are you hiding the verse from me until you're done? Now you making me feel some type of way. Now you making me go into my shell. You feel me? So that type of shit, my verse is better than yours, or trying to hide the verse before it's done. Talking behind your back, and sometimes you really have to peep that shit out, or else you'll get into some situations where later on, you know, you think y'all homies and shit, and later on you find out through other people that they talking about, you dig, oh, this person needs to get, you know, better at writing and pressure. Bitch, what? Y'all homies, you gotta set the scene for niggas to feel comfortable. You can't be doing no snake shit, because the energy reads all of that. The energy reads all of that, and my energy was just not in the right place at a certain point in time with motherfuckers. And it did me.
Man, you gotta watch some of those, especially in the music game, man. You know, because people like to get over on people, especially when they know that, you know what I'm saying, you food, or they think you food. You know what I'm saying? So, or
they think you family, or you think you family. You think you you family. So heart, you know, matter.
Because they may think they may have a whole nother energy, thought process of how they go about approaching you. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you think that they on your side. Meanwhile, they, you know, trying to go the other route. So
meanwhile, you know, they're coveting everything that you have, and it's like, bro, you so raw. You raw. Why you coveting me? But, you know, it shows you who you are too. It shows you that you the shit. I'm the shit.
Exactly.
And it's undeniable.
Well, yeah, this question right here, man. This question turns it up right here. This question adds more little spice, you know what I'm saying, over the basil and all that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So let's get into it now. When it comes to the music game, you know what I'm saying, what are your views on the music game? When we look at the music game today, we see that it's an open portal. We see that, you know what I'm saying, some of it's good, some of it's bad, and some of it's really just there. So when it comes to the music game, what are your views? Do you think it's where it needs to be? Do you think it's really an open portal, or do you think it needs a lot of work?
I think the music business is fugazi. I don't really know too much about it, but from what I can feel and from what I've seen, it's not artist friendly. Um, and I think that there's a lot of the industry either ran by government or people who don't give a fuck about the artists who really keep pockets big. You feel me? Who pitting their sons and their daughters, and keeping their mansions and all of this shit. And so, I think Russ is a prime example of somebody who talks about all of this stuff. From like just saying like the artists need to smarten up before they get into the business, because you got a lot of like black kids, brown kids who are, making this shit thrive and who are getting into this, some off of hustle. And then, just generationally and just historically, like this is something that lives within us. Music, hip hop lives within us. And there's a lot of people willing to take advantage of that and steer the culture in a way where they're just trying to make this group of young people listeners on some other shit, gang banging, thugs, shooting, da 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 da. The industry is willing to drive that culture, like I said, based on people who are in unfortunate situations, people who are confused and mentally just fucked up.
Right. Excuse me one second.
Please. What do you think? He actually writes all my lyrics, y'all.
Okay. So now, I gotta ask. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the music game, you know what I'm saying? Knowing your views on it, what would you say could be one of the bigger steps that needs to be taken in order for the music game to get back to where it needs to be?
Artist protection, artist development, people who are willing to work with artists and see that their circumstances actually play a huge role in the music they write and the culture that they bring to the larger industry. And maybe that's happening, I don't know why I'm thinking of G Herbo, but even some of them folks, some of their people have gotten shot, some of their people have OD'd.
Recently killed.
Yeah. King Von, Juice WRLD OD'd. There needs to be a revolution, I feel like, from within. People got to do this shit individually. I think that we got to be willing, low key, to seemingly take some L's, because we are getting ourselves mentally, spiritually, and physically prepared to take on the world of being a superstar, being in the forefront.
Right.
But like I said, you got to have like people who are already established in the game. If we want to have a successful like platform for artists to penetrate this industry in a positive way, then people at the top got to be willing to, people who are in the know of where these people come from, where these folks are coming from. They got to be willing to guide these people and not just see them as a dollar, I feel like.
Exactly.
But as far as like the rapping, things like that, I do feel like we're in a pretty good time, like an expansive time. Granted, I don't listen to the radio. I'm also like, I don't know, like I have a certain artist that I like to listen to, and I kind of stick to it. But I'm not.
Do you feel like that's important? Do you feel like that rubs off on you as an artist, depending on the type of music that you listen to? Because I feel like that to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? I'm an artist myself also. You know what I'm saying? And the music that I feel like is today's music is the music that I feel like I need to draw away from. You know what I'm saying? Now it may be from other artists depending on the type of rap, the type of music that you want to, you know what I'm saying, do. You know, but maybe that's just me. Maybe you have a different view on that. You know what I'm saying? But do you feel like that reflects on you as an artist? You know what I'm saying? The type of music that you listen to.
I think it does. For a while, I used to ask my homeboy, like, why are you listening to Meek Mills? And maybe I had a fucked up perception of Meek Mills back then. But back then, all I can hear was, like, just fucking violence. And, I mean, I come from that shit. So don't get me wrong. I can, like, I like it when an artist talks about where they're from. But I don't like when you promoting all that shit. Because people follow black people. People love our shit, and I just feel like we got a whole lot of trauma we dealing with, and people be like, yeah, cool, nah, you just really fucking hurt, you know? Yep. People really hurt out here.
It's funny you say that, man. I said the exact same thing in my last interview, you know what I'm saying, when we were talking about this actually same subject, you know, because, and that's one of the things that's important, man, because like you say, man, our community listens to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, the white community listens to rap and shit, but we all know where this originated from. You know what I'm saying? And so we all know who listens to what community, majority community listens to. We listen to rap. You know what I'm saying? You got jazz, you got all that. You know what I'm saying? But today's generation is a rap generation. You know what I'm saying? We listen to rap. So when we hear somebody like NBA Youngboy or somebody like that talking about, you know what I'm saying, what they doing, of course these are going back out and trying to imitate the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that some, you know, with NBA Youngboy, like some of these folks, like I said, like I can't judge them because they really are a product of the environment, and they really are storytellers. And I feel like on one hand they are letting niggas know this is what the fuck is going on in my head and in my world. And so I'm thankful for the truth of what it is. I mean, like I said, I wish people had mentors, you know. I wish that the entertainment industry, if they're gonna sign folks, I wish they had therapy for these motherfuckers, the right people. Actually, I wish that, you know, there was some guidance from the OGs. And there's that happening, but
yeah, but to a certain extent, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This guidance from the OGs to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, only OG that I can really say would give guidance in today's rap game is Master P.
Like a larger question about men feeling like they can't tell the next man what to do, but really, I feel like y'all need to grab hold of each other a little bit more, because that shit is, you know, it's got us running around here crazy. I like Master P. I like 50 Cent. I didn't like what he was doing with Tekashi 6ix9ine and shit like that, but maybe he was playing around. I like Kevin Gates, because Kevin Gates is, you know, representative. He's a representation of like change. Like he had a willingness and a dedication. He had a great woman by his side, and I think even like his OGs, OG Booby, who he fucks with, Tough, these people who are, you know, they're like a representation in his life and a catalyst in his life for ultimate evolution. So I'm cool with, you know, these things kind of like this violence and things like that kind of playing out, but as long as the end goal, as long as there's evolution, as long as there's people to guide folks, and I'm only speaking from experience, you know, I'm really only speaking from experience. I've never been a shooter, you know, I'm not all of that, but in terms of evolving to be prepared, that's me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. You know, it takes a lot of courage. I wouldn't even say a lot of courage, but it takes somebody who's real to come out on a platform or to really just say that, yo, I don't do that right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't one that's going. If you give me a gun, I ain't finna be the one to shoot up that dude's crib or that female crib. I ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because what we have today, a lot of artists they think that when we come in the game, that's what we got to talk about in order to make it, or that's how we got to present ourselves in order to really be something. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it's really all about
Yes.
not like if you true to yourself, everybody's gonna follow you. You know what I'm saying? They not because they don't know like, okay, this person right here is real. You know what I'm saying? So later on down the line, we ain't got to worry about blase us finding out different. You know what I'm saying? It's so because it's different from just a motherfucker coming in. Oh, I done did this. I done trapped this. I done been to jail. You know what I'm saying? I done blase, and then later on come to find out you another 6ix9ine.
Lies.
You know what I'm saying?
Lies.
So
Yep, that
yeah,
fugazi
man,
shit is going on in our
it's better just to
communities
be
for
real.
sure. People lying about who they are. But like I said, I feel like it speaks to a larger conversation about like malehood initiation. You feel me? And you know, there's a lot of boys who feel like they gotta represent in that way to be accepted. And I'm tired of seeing that shit. I can see right through y'all. Right through you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Me too. Me too. You know what I'm saying? It's really something that's really popular in today's music game. But
Yeah.
enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Definitely.
turn up a little bit even more. You know what I'm saying? Now you got 2 recent singles that you have out right now. I would say my favorite one is Dice. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Dice Roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really like it the most. You know? Now,
What
give
you
us a
like
little
about
back.
Dice Roll?
You say what?
What you like about Dice Roll?
Just the way that you switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Because when I ain't gonna lie, when I first turned it on, I thought it was gonna be just some regular, just a trap. You know what I'm saying? Like you a female artist, but you went on there and really trapped it out. But see, like you put your singing talent as well as your lyrical side in it too. You know what I'm saying? So we're able to really see, you know what I'm saying, how you're coming and bringing both sides to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm always a fan of that.
Definitely.
Always. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I really fuck with how, you know, because I ain't gonna lie. At first, you like bring us into the track. You know what I'm saying? You start off slow. It's like a roller coaster. It starts off slow, and then right when you get to the point, then now you dropping that. Then you come with the lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You really coming with the bars. And so it's like,
Yes.
okay, this is really how you do it
She
right
can
here.
handle
You know
herself.
what I mean?
She handles herself very well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So break that single down for us, man. How did that single come about, and how did you come with the concept of that single right there?
Honestly, I wrote that song piece by piece, or that song wrote itself piece by piece. This was literally my intuition. This was my God self telling me, these niggas you around, Miriam, false. Y'all done outgrew each other. But more importantly, the overall message that was given to me was that you have to trust yourself. You know, you've been on this earth for 27 years, and you know, I know for many of us, 27 years don't mean you've been with yourself 24 years. But, you know, for me, right, you with your siblings, you with your parents, you with roommates, you know, things like that. And I think for me, that song was like, you're rolling so tough for your folks, for these people, and they're not for you at this period of time here, and you didn't outgrew them, and you got to trust yourself enough to roll with yourself and see. Right. You know, the song was like I said, it came to me in sections. So that first part, even just like the hood, whether you rolling with me or not, I'm on the go. You can be that nigga's rock. I'm gonna roll. Like that was, I didn't really want to write that because it was telling me, literally, Miriam, you gotta get away from your ex. You gotta get away from this best friend. You gotta get away from this circle that you've been in for 9.5 years. And Miriam, you know your talent. You know the load that you carried for 27 years and for these past 9 years as a rapper. You know you've made the moves. You made this shit shake. You made the waves. You feel me? And so the song, that hook was just telling me, trust in that. And when I wrote it, I was a little shy because I was literally going through the turmoil of releasing these folks. And you know, that first part, that first section, when I wrote that, I don't even think I wrote that to the beat. You know, I wrote that like separately because I needed space away from like recognizing that my hook was telling me, say goodbye, leave. Yeah. So get in face like panel, pussy on your enamel, dripping wet from his face to his flannel. He eat it like he animal. I call my boys my toys and all my girls that group like a panel. They'll scrap if I deploy. Back for you meet the board. So it was me being a little braggadocious, like you know, get in face like panel, pussy on your enamel, just making sure that people know, like, y'all got, you know, folks may have your name in your mouth, but you know, eat it up, you know. So it's me just being a little braggadocious and just me saying like, Miriam, you're gonna have more solid friends. You're gonna have more people who ride for you, who want to eat your shit up, you know. And I think one of my favorite parts was I call my boys my toys and all my girls that group like a panel. I got people that rock with me, like wholeheartedly. They're ready to, whether it's family or friends, they're ready to beat somebody's ass for me. They're ready to pay a fine off for me, you know. And that's based off of the love and the genuineness that I give. So, you know, this thing that I was holding on for so long, you know, the song was just letting me know, like, Miriam, you're gonna be okay. You have yourself first and foremost. That's been my huge lesson this year. You have yourself, and you are more than enough. You've given off so much energy to other people, so much power, so much to everybody else. And now, Miriam, it's time for you to see that you can actually give that to yourself, and you can trust that 100%. And you will have people that you still got your writers, you know. And oh my God, they group like a panel. They'll scrap it if I deploy. Back for you, the boy. Now run it up. A dub and no T. Like, I've been at this shit since 2012, 2013. I always get a dub. I always get a win. And if it's an OT, hey, you know I press for that win. Dub and OT, I don't have time to kick up my feet. When they run their mouth, them dogs walking if they paws out, I'ma walk they leash. You feel me? I'm a Capricorn, I'm a Sagittarius, I have, you know, my whole birth chart. But I'm really somebody who has kind of put work in front of a lot of things, fortunately, unfortunately. And that lyric right there was just letting me know that, like, Miriam, you dropped the ball in some of your relationships based on you always wanting to work and having that in the forefront of your mind. WNOT, I don't have time to kick up my feet. When they run their mouth, them dogs walking if they paws out, I'ma walk they leash. That's another, you know, one of my favorite lyrics, because my whole life, like, people taking me as the underdog. Whether, you know, that's been in my family or whether that's been me just going to school, and they've gotten a huge surprise For the people who tried to fuck with me physically, no.
But why do you think that is? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I asked you about the female side, but you personally, why do you think people just overlook you?
I think that it's like a couple thing, you know, like the family that I was born into. Like, my family is amazing. I love them. We're very, like, you know, family oriented and close together. Um, and I grew up with my grandma. My grandma raised me. My dad raised me. And you know, unfortunately, like when my dad hit 60 in his 60s, he got on drugs. You know, my grandma was, you know, the person, she's the matriarch of the family, and so many of my cousins, when they traveled out here from the South, you know, unfortunately, like, they got on drugs. And my grandma, her name is Mother, we call her Mother, but her name is Kathleen. Shouts out to my grandma. But she nursed everybody back to health. And I think, you know, when my dad got on drugs, I felt like, you know, and they'll probably see this, but I felt like, you know, some people just looked at me and my siblings as like yeah, we're all family and things like that. But I just didn't feel like we got that much attention because we weren't physically, you know, the most fit and things like that. My grandma was like 80 something, so you can imagine her, how she dressed me.
Right.
You can imagine what the fuck I was wearing versus what my cousins and them was wearing, or what the niggas on the block was wearing, you know? And so it's like, my cousins, like, I love them to death, but I felt also unworthy. There's a part of me that didn't feel that I was being nurtured, and so I most likely projected that shit out, and then also that's just what I was seeing, you know. So it was just a distorted view that I had when I was younger that I didn't understand. And I think that my subconscious was always like yelling out, like, I matter, nurture me.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was like, y'all can't see me. Well, I'm gonna go here to be seen. I'm gonna go here to be seen, or you know, I'm gonna be angry. But there were so many different people in my family member who saw me, and like I said, I don't think that they didn't see me making it here. Trust.
Yeah.
And I'm a big inspiration for a lot of my family members. But just going out to school, people used to kind of fuck with me. It was like I was like in betweener. I was one of those kids who was super cool with the you know, the nerd ass people, and I was super cool with the cool kids. But the cool kids, they would try me, and I'm like, what do you expect me to back down? Or after so many times you saying some little slick shit, I'm gonna say something back, you know, especially because my grandma was like, if you don't fight them, they hit you. If you don't whoop their ass, I'm gonna whoop your ass. So I just came from literally, and my dad was a nigga on the block. He still is. And so, you know, coming from a family that's very strong, and respected and loving, it's just like I was taught not to take too much shit. Right. You know, don't take no shit from nobody. And I think that, again, because people saw the way I presented and I was super nice and forgiving, that they can fuck with me. And everybody who's fucked with me physically has been proven wrong. And Fee can attest to that. They call me Knockout Merm. Don't try me. I don't want no problems, though.
So I gotta ask you, man, you know, do you think that if you had not, you know, been the person that was the underdog, or been the person that everybody didn't really pay really attention to, do you think you would have been the artist that you are today if you hadn't went through all that stuff?
Probably not. Most likely not. I think that I would still have to find my way, but I don't think that I don't know, it just depends, you know? It depends. I feel like I've always been the underdog, and you know, there were people who saw that I wanted more and I was striving for more. You know, cousins and things like that, and they took me in for as much as they could, you know. But that definitely drove me to be seen. I talk about this because I've had to heal myself because I've been doing so much to feel validated by others, and you know, I didn't know that that was what was driving me, or that I could have a different perspective, that I can like validate myself and not be scared to validate myself, you know, because there was a point in time where I got with my eldest brother Robbie, and you know, he took care of us to the T, you know, and he said, you know, Miriam, I remember when you first went into high school, and you said, I'm gonna start introducing myself as Miriam Neal. Hi, my name is Miriam Neal, and I think that was a part of me saying like, I'm here, I'm validating myself. And what you get most times with people who are like this, people will literally be pissed at you because you have a good sense of self, because you want to answer questions in class, because you want to do well, and they be like, fuck is this? And for me, I always kind of like understood that, damn, they want to feel valued too, and so I never took it personal. But that was one of the reasons why I was able to have some type of purity to me, because I'm like, I see you, you mad at me, but you're not mad at me, you mad at you, for real, and you mad that I'm a mirror for what you want or for what you lacking, and you just confused. So yeah, that drive definitely got me here, but it's gotten me in some trouble too, you know, because I'm like working based off of admiration at times, and I didn't know, because it, you know, it affected my relationships and whatnot. Right. Because it makes no sense that somebody who you are close with, who you may be in a relationship with or a friendship with, and they can see you and they're telling you, you're good, but you're not understanding that for yourself. It's a problem. If you don't want to accept that for yourself, it's a problem. Like I said, it doesn't always start like that, but things get twisted up, and it becomes you not seeing yourself. So yeah, man, today is a new day though, and I don't think that if I didn't have that, all of that pressure on me, that I would be this person. I would probably have a more twists and turns, more roads to kind of become this person.
Oh, yeah, and sometimes the only way out is through, you know what I'm saying? Majority of the time, the only way out is through. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go through things to really get to where you really need to be. And that's majority of the time, man. Everybody has a struggle, you know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest people that we may know as the GOATs have gone through trials and tribulations that we have no idea about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I really want to, you know, I listen to your music, you know what I'm saying, and I could just imagine now after hearing, you know what I'm saying, how your background of it, you know, really how things would be different if you hadn't gone through that stuff, you know what I'm saying, because you hear a lot of passion in that song, you know what I'm saying, you hear a lot of, you know, like this is me, you know what I'm saying, and you with it, you know what I'm saying, you can really feel that. And so I don't think that you would be able to feel that same type of energy if you hadn't gone through what you went through to get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
Divine. Yeah, I'm being me now. Whoever has been in my space and they know me, and they know the circles that I ran in. If you hear that second verse, is exactly what you think it is, you know. And I also just want to say that because I write from a vulnerable and passionate space and very true space, I'm so grateful that other people can, you know, take this song and feel it for themselves, you know. I multiplied it. Wait, what does it say? Ain't no split decision, no, this ain't division. I multiplied and see who's really with me. I was fortified from the nitty gritty. Won't you come by my side of the city? Come by my side of the city. Step up off the porch, big kitty. Major mistake if you think that I'm pussy. Better watch who you riding with, because they turn around and then they ride on you. Consequences if they catch you slipping. They won't pass the torch and still you got it litty. Sticking to the script, because they gonna switch. It ain't always about the Benjis. Jealous of you because you got the bitches. Now turn around and look, I got the Benjis. Ooh, come on. So I really want people to take that and.
What was you at on Freestyle Wednesday, man?
What'd you say?
You know, I would. What was you at on Freestyle Wednesday?
Oh, where was I? That was just yesterday, huh?
Yesterday, Thursday. Yeah, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Man, I had work at 7 p.m. There ain't no excuses. I saw that post and I thought about it.
Yo, man, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, I'm waiting on it, but I like to pressure people. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's all good.
You should have.
It's always there. You know what I'm saying? Every Wednesday, all day, 24/7. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta ask you: is it gonna be an official video, or is there an official video with you, or
you know what?
Is it in the work on the project?
Right now, I'm working on a video for my next single, Realize. That's Realiz. I'm working on that video right now with the homeboy, Christian Reichley, aka Matthew Leary. I really want a song for Dice Roll, but for me, it's like I don't want to touch it unless, you know, who I touch it with is going to bring it to life, and I wanted to give the proper amount of attention and time and things like that to that song, and I felt like it needed a big budget for what I was looking for. But fortunately, like, I just performed last week at this benefit event. Basically, the homegirl from LA Voice is an organizer, and she's helping this lady get her home back because her shit was pretty much taken away from her, and they're camping out there. And so I came out to support and perform, and somebody who goes by the IG of LA Mayor, you know, he was really touched by my music, and we are now talking about, you know, creating a video for Dice Roll. And so I'm supposed to be linking up with him on Monday, so I want to see what's going on. But if we have any videographers who see this and you fuck with my vibe, and, you know, you want to bring something to life and work based on passion, please, I'm in the LA area and I would love to work with y'all. So we may or may not have something in the works for Dice Roll right now, but it is my goal to get a video for that song. It's too much of a precious song to let, you know, let the full concept not come alive.
Yeah, that could be a movie right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that could really be a huge video. You know what I'm saying? Just because the song alone speaks so many volumes in so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? To people who may be going through this thing or that thing. You know what I'm saying? We could be going through two different situations and still feel the same song at the same time because of how the message is brought out to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that you know what I mean? I really wish, you know what I'm saying, that a video does come to play. I'm not putting no pressure. No, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do that.
Let's put it up.
Let's
put it out in the air.
I want a video
too. I would love to see a video for that, and I'm working. I'm gonna work that much more harder for, you know, that song to be executed conceptually. I'm gonna put that out. I'm putting that out there. We got a full moon tonight, and so let's make Dice Roll happen. Come on now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Now I gotta ask, like, when it comes to production, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you go about getting the right sounds for your projects? Like, are you pretty picky on, you know what I'm saying, the producers that you work with, or are you pretty much open?
I'm open. I've worked with the homeboy Matthew Leary. We have some tracks that are yet to come out, and tracks that I love. He has more of a style, like he's a multi-instrumentalist, plays the guitar, the bass, piano, and things like that. And I love working with him just because he has these live sounds, and you know, he's somebody who I can sit down and really hash out lyrics with. I worked with a guy named Harley, you know, and he's one of those producers and engineers who will literally give you something special and then dip out on you because he's going through his own shit. So You know, at one point in time, I thought I was really going to have a close working relationship with him, but he's going through his own thing. He produced all of the music on The Girl Next Door, except for like a couple, maybe one beat. But you know, he sent me a beat package, and you know, for me, because my intuition and because my like subconscious mind writes a lot of the music for me, like I just kind of gravitate to yeah, I have a certain sound, and I don't even know how to necessarily describe it, but you know, I don't know why I want to be like, I like Chance the Rapper type beats or some bullshit like that. Something like comical, but also has some trap effect to it.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell.
You know, because I will do it justice. I'm not. You know, if you thought that I was rapping like everybody else, it's not true. I have a unique sound, and so the beats that I choose beats that complement the storytelling that I have. Right now, for Dice Roll, most of these songs that you're probably gonna hear, they're coming from the BeatStar platform, BeatStars, and I go on there and I just add beats to a certain playlist, and then I go in and pretty much just like write to the songs that I'm vibing with. You know, I'm not necessarily looking to write another EP or album right now. I'm just focused on, oh, shout out to Joshua Valley. He's a dope videographer. We talking about Dice Roll. I actually hit him up to see about, you know, getting the treatment. I already got a treatment, but getting some work done with Dice Roll. So if you're still here, Joshua, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, man, we calling you out, man. We want the fucking video, man.
Look, Joshua, did you
You said stop bullshitting with the video.
Look, Joshua, God sent you in here. He probably dipped in and dipped the fuck out.
He said, oh, shit, they talking video. Let me get the fuck up out of here.
Look, his spirit was called.
You're like, nope.
Look.
Nah, man, bullshitting, man. We want the fucking video.
I'm gonna have to hit him up because
we're going to repost the damn interview, and we're going to tag him in it and be like, hey,
yes.
we on the segment, and I'm going to specifically post the clip of when you talking about this video so he can know to go ahead and get that video on it. Go ahead and get that video rolling, man.
Please, Joshua, I will gather a few hundred, but baby, if you know you want to work based off some passion, please, Joshua, please. But
please, man. We got your Instagram, so we're gonna be hitting you up too.
Come on, Joshua Valley.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Stop with the bullshit.
But
stop.
What the hell was I even talking about? Because we got super.
We were talking about the singles, but I have a couple questions about the recent EP that you came out with, The Girl Next Door. You know what I'm saying? Now, this title alone is suspenseful. It's a mystery. You know what I'm saying? You got that. So I want to know personally, where did the title The Girl Next Door come from?
Oh, did you see him on the cover art?
I did.
My boy Louis was on the cover art. Yes.
I did, yo. That was very crazy. I really like that. I really like that.
Yes.
That was creative.
My baby. Yeah. The Girl Next Door was my baby. That's my baby. The Girl Next Door, it was like, you know, it was me just explaining that, you know, on a large level, like you can be living next to, you don't know who the fuck you living next door to. You know, you live in apartment complexes, or, you know, you live near people in housing, just in housing spaces, and you just don't know who's living next door to you, what passions they have, what they're interested in. And, you know, you probably walk by them and you say hi, or you don't, or, you know, you walk dogs by each other and things like that. And I think for me, I've been passionately doing music since 2013. And, you know, I built up this huge buzz around the college campus. And, you know, then I kind of took a break because of my own, you know, mental health. And, you know, I was living in this apartment for about 5.5 years with you know, with friends and things like that, and 2 dogs and 1 cat, and um, that was my sanctuary. It was my hell, but it was also my sanctuary. And you know, I was always like practicing like my performances in that house, in my bedroom, in my living room. And there were times where I would literally just walk out my door and the neighbors would be like, I like that song. What's that song called? Got me fucked up. Got me. I like that song.
Oh
And
shit.
you know, it was just me introducing, like, was me saying that, you know, this is me, this is who I am. I'm allowing you guys to enter into the door, into this private space, into my sanctuary. I'm inviting you all into the place where I am a mad scientist. Um, and also because I'm a real loving person and a pure-hearted person, but I don't always give myself 100% to people. And so it was me also saying I'm willing to step out and show you guys who I am, as well as invite you in. And so that's the concept of the girl next door. As you said, it is mystery. I've been a mystery. I've been a great phenomenon and a great mystery. And the homeboy Matthew Leary said, like, you're a good book, Miriam, you know? And so that was that, inviting people in and inviting myself to step outside of the door.
Okay.
Y'all
Okay.
go
And
check
so,
out the girl next door. Some great songs on there. Short
oh yeah,
EP,
y'all be sure
great
to check out
songs.
the girl next door on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Definitely one to be
Definitely.
checked out. Definitely something that you want to tune into. You know what I'm saying? Definitely something you're gonna be able to get something out of. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be sure to go check that out. The girl next door by your girl
Thank you.
HerSoul. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? Definitely a classic. So I gotta ask you, what's next? You know what I'm saying
Ooh,
for her?
that's great. It's a great
What can
question.
come next when it comes to this music?
That's great. Right now, I am. I'm in my bag. I want
Mm-hmm.
to. I'm doing some features. I am planning to do a feature with Nerd. I want her to sing on a hook for me. Mirror, mirror
Yo,
on the wall.
that's
I'm
dope.
also, you know, interested in collabing on with her on just some original pieces. I have a feature in the works with this guy named Kyle Montrell. He has a pretty dope. He has pretty dope music, and you know, has a pretty nice following and a great sound. And I haven't been able to get into the studio the last few months, unfortunately. But that time away has given me time to write and really more time to get into, you know, my film bag. I've been hustling side and side with my guy Matthew Leary. We just, you know, shot part 1 to my video Realize out in Tahunga, California. So I'm working on, you know, me and him are working on part two and part 3. So I film, I edit, you know, all on my iPhone. And so I'm also looking to have people come in and help me out with these things. But if they don't, you know, it has to be me. It has to be me to execute at this point.
Somebody got to
So
do it.
yeah, somebody got to
But,
do it. And it's me. It's
oh
me.
yeah.
So please wish me luck though. Like I said, I have some more songs to release. I'm not done releasing my singles. I have a video for Realize coming out. I'm talking in the planning stages of a video for Dice Roll. I'm performing a lot. Even if I gotta come and, you know, perform on IG Live, I'm doing it. And so,
Yeah, that'll be that. Hey, now that you that, because I've been thinking about that. Right, it would be really dope to have like a live, like how we doing these interviews. You know what I'm saying? And have like artists like really perform and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Live. You know, like a round table,
Yeah,
whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be dope.
got my piano right here. I was gonna try to do something for you
Oh,
on the
you gonna
piano.
bust a little
But
freestyle real quick? You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna play dice roll, low key, if I can get the chords.
Let's go ahead and do it, man. There it is, yo.
Let's
That's what I'm
see.
talking about.
Look, don't judge me, y'all. Hold on. Ooh. You rolling with me now? I'm on go. You can't be that nigga that's right. I'm gonna roll if you rolling with me or not. I'm on go. I got the keys to the city. How about the car who's with me? Get in face like paddle, pussy on even enamel. Dripping wet, from his face to his panel, eating like he animal. I call my boys my toys, and all my girls they group like a battle. They'll scrap it for I deploy. Back for you, meet the boy, now running up with double novelty. Don't have time to kick up my feet when they running up them dogs walking. Pause out if they off their leash, I'ma run it up. Let him run him out, never gets to me. I'ma run it up, let him run him out. We gon' walk him out, we gon' run him out. If you running with me and I'm on go, you can't be that nigga that's right. I'm gonna roll if you rolling with me and I'm on go. I got the keys to the city. How about the car who's with me? And no split decision, no, this ain't a vision. Multiply the is really with me. I was butterfly from the nitty gritty. I'm gonna leave it at there because that second verse a little hot. I ain't practiced too much for y'all, but look, that's what we got going on. I do a couple
It's that
of
raw
things.
talent, man. It's that talent that I love to see. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we can all be behind these laptops and these computers, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
doing it. But it's about you getting, you know what I'm saying, you showing them skills, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that, yeah.
Yes. Shout out to
Yo.
the homeboy Eli Davidson, because he actually taught me the chords for that song, and I just got to put in more practice to make it more, you know, concise. Just last but not least, or not even last, but the video that I just completed, it's called Fatigue. Look, shot that shit on a skateboard, you know. You there? You there? Yeah, man. He had me on a skateboard. And we were around the valley shooting on my iPhone and my little Osmo here. And I directed the video and, you know, just took his song and, you know, what he was really saying behind his song, and he had a concept, and you know, edited on this app called Video Leap, and really got something so beautiful. And that's coming out on Tuesday. So that was directed and edited by me, and the concepts I'm just really proud of, because this is my first time, well, not my first time, but in my adult life, this is my first time completing a full video. And so that's coming out. And, you know, if you're in the LA area and you're seeing this, I would love your genuine support. You know, sometimes you feel like, damn, I'm out here for the money, but really I'm hoping that we can realize that, you know, people have talents and they need to be nurtured, and that's the bag right there, you know. So shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me already: Christian, aka Matthew Leary, Eli Davidson, Nia, Go Shop Your Sunglasses, the homegirl Caitlin. These people have been working hand in hand with me to bring some of my visions to life. And like I said, in 2020 was hard, but 2020 was the year that I started trusting more in my motherfucking gifts. And if y'all come along with me and trust, baby, I'm on my way. I'm rolling with you or not, but come in and let's do something. Let's work.
Exactly.
Any talent that you have, come, let's work.
You couldn't say it any better. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm starting to trust a lot of people. You know what I'm saying, myself. You know, a lot of things. There's a lot of things with this whole roundtable thing that I'm trying to bring a lot of people on. Not a lot of people, but I'm trying to really form it, really get it firm. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to start trusting people.
You deserve that. This platform is raw.
Man, it's trust goes a long way. Let's just say that trust goes a long way. You know.
Shout out to Ketel Low Key Studios. Like I said, Ketel Low Key Studios. If you look up, oh boy, he is amazing engineer in this game. I'm so thankful to be recording at his studio, and I'm thankful for that plug that I got with him. He's taking my music to a whole nother level. I can trust him with my sound. So thank you, Ketel Jr., for all of the work that you do for this music game and the work that you do with up and coming artists. Truly from my heart, thank you. I want to thank all of the fucked up situations and tough situations that I prevailed through, because I was able to see myself more. I was able to trust myself more, and I was able to, stand firm in who needs to be around me and who doesn't need to be around me. I want to thank my current folks right now, my Latino folks holding me down. Shout out to Matthew Leary. Also, shout out to Eli Davis and my friends, my musical friends. Shout out to the guy, Jonathan Cruz, who taught me how to play the piano. Shout out to, who else? My father, my family. I love y'all, and I'm inspired by y'all and motivated by y'all. Thank you, God, first and foremost. Thank you to my higher self, and like I said, thank you to me. Thank you to you for having me and hosting me. If I can say just one thing to everybody, get in the habit of thanking yourself. Truly, you wouldn't be here without you. So that's my year. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so happy that I started fucking with myself even more.
Oh yeah, man.
So
Now this is gonna be the final episode before the year ends. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of do something special before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that you would like to lay out on the table to anybody before we get up out of here? Before what I'm saying, we end this. Is there anything that you would like to lay out on the table to anybody before we get up out of here?
It's a full moon. This is the last day.
Last one. This is the last one before we jump into the new year. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to say that I'm open to the abundance that is here for me. I want to say thank you to those past relationships for releasing me in the way that you did, truly in the fucked up way that I perceived it to be. I still think that, it's, motherfuckers was snakes or snake me, but also realize that if that situation wouldn't have happened, I probably would have had a more difficult time of, accepting me, taking me back. So thank you. And that's hard for me to say. But that's been a part of my healing process, is accepting that the fuck up shit that has happened to us is allowing for us to step in our position. It's allowing us to, trust in ourselves 100%. And so, you need to be thanking those friends who fucked you over. You need to be thanking your parents for fucking over, because it's showing you a different route. It's showing you the position that we're actually supposed to have in this world, and the kingdom or the queendom that is supposed to actually be. And as we said earlier, if they ain't doing it, who's supposed to do it? You.
Yeah.
So fuck you and thank you. Truly.
Yeah. Well, HerSoul, man, I would like to thank you for coming on with me to chop it up about some recent projects as well as upcoming projects. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can't wait for part 2. Whenever you do drop the next project or visuals, I like to back on so you can just see the progress from now up until then. You know what I'm saying? So I always like to keep all that jockey stuff like that.
Yes,
So,
please.
you know.
Please, y'all stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping Realize the top of the year. And we got a video accompanied by it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Most definitely. Well, like I always say up here at Roundtable Radio, stay safe. God bless. Keep your mask on when you go in grocery stores. And until next time, as always, peace.
Peace. Thank you for sharing your platform. You're amazing.
Most definitely. Until next time.
Till next time.
Just don't let me see you shoot no dogs.
Roundtable Radio.